everybody, I'm Jona from One Pip Wonder, and today I'm going to be reviewing a little game called Fluttering Souls. Fluttering Souls is a 2-player card game. It's published by Good Game Publishing. It's recommended for ages 14 and up, and it plays in about 20 minutes. Now the goal of the game is to receive up to 3 of the white butterflies. Whoever is able to collect 3 white butterflies first will be the winner. There's a legend that says if a white butterfly visits you, it's a soul that's passed on, one of your loved ones coming back to visit you. Oh. To do this, you first have to collect little sets of different butterfly varieties, which are in the deck of butterfly cards. So on each card, they will show you the variety of the butterfly, the amount of points you get when you collect a certain number of them, and how many of the cards there are in the whole deck. So the monarchs, there's only 4 altogether in the whole deck, but if you're able to collect all 4, it's worth 8 points. And each butterfly is gonna be a little different. So this one, there's only 2 in the whole deck, but each single one is worth 2 points. Or if you have the set of them, you can use that as a wild to add to another group of butterflies. The blue ones, there's 6 of them in the deck, and every 3 is worth 4. And the 88, there are quite a few of them, and every set of 2 is worth 3. Person that's dressed the most colorfully will get to go first. The second person will get the Great Egg Fly. And this card is a special little tricky card that I'll get into later. Now when we start a round, each round you're going to arrange the butterfly cards in a different layout. So you're going to flip over one of the layout cards, and then you're going to arrange the cards. Most of them will be face up, but 4 of them are going to be hidden face down. So no one knows what those really are until you are able to draft up until the point where they're open, and then you can flip them over and see what those hidden cards are. So the gameplay is super simple. In your turn, you get to draft 1 card, and you can only draft the cards that are open, meaning that there's no other card on top of them. So you remove the card, and then it's the next person's turn, and they're going to remove a card. Now, if you remove a card and you have that egg fly butterfly, you can actually return that to the layout so that whatever card you just revealed, you can cover up again. So your opponent will have to take the egg fly card before they can, check out what that face down card is or whatever the situation is. Once you put the egg fly card back out into the layout, your opponent's going to have a chance to collect that and use it against you later. So you just have to be aware of that. That egg flag card can be used to tie scores at the end of rounds. When all the cards have been drafted, you're going to see what sets you were able to collect. You're going to compare scores with your opponent. If there is a tie, whoever has that egg flag card will be the winner, and then you receive the white butterfly if you have the most points. And whoever is able to do that first 3 times will be the grand winner. I played this with my husband a few times, so I'm going to let you hear his thoughts on it, and then I will share my final thoughts.
Hello.
So, you played Fluttering Souls with me.
I did. We played it several times.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, in your own words, how would you describe Fluttering Souls?
It's basically a drafting game. What do you call that when the cards lock other cards out? Picking them off the table, and then when you pick one up, it unlocks another one.
I don't know the name of that either.
Anyways, I know that Seven Wonders Duel has that mechanism in it. But that's it. That's the whole game, really. And you're just trying to collect sets.
How did you feel about it? What was your first impression?
I was impressed with how enjoyable it was. It was so simple, I thought I might not enjoy it at all. But I found it enjoyable, and it's quick. And it's so easy to learn. You could almost figure it out without the instructions. It's so simple. Which is a good thing. You know, it's you could actually play it at a small table and not feel crowded, or like in an airport. I could see you playing that in an airport with somebody.
So is this something that you personally would gravitate towards?
No, it's too simple. I mean, we played it several times, and I would play it again just because it's so quick. But I would not suggest playing it personally. It's like you're just picking up cards, and then when the cards are gone, you see what sets of butterflies you have.
And it's like the best out of 5.
It's the best out of 5.
Yeah.
It should be the best out of 3.
It's too long.
I don't know. It's just like just because of the same thing. It's like why do you need? And I feel like I don't make enough decisions in the game that really influence the outcome, because it's so simple and the layout's right there. You can see most of the majority of the cards are face up. You're saying, hey, look, a praying mantis on the bush. He's watching us.
Oh yeah, I see him. Okay, well that's fair. I mean, I appreciate what you're saying. It's just not enough choices and not enough actions.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's meaningful choices.
It is super light, and then it just has, I think it has meaningful choices for the outcome of the game. Like you can...
Okay, but if you compare it to games that, like what's the flower bouquet one?
Tossy Mossy.
Tossy Mossy. Like that game is very simple and has the same amount of cards roughly, but you have more choices because every time you offer someone a choice, like you're choosing which card to flip up or flip down, and then the other person's choosing which one to take. Every turn there's a little decision to make, which keeps you interested. This one, I feel like half the turn or round, it's just the choice is very obvious. Like you just get the point.
Maybe it's because I played it more. Like I played it with my mom, and I felt like we had more of an interesting hand where we were like picking up. Even you and I played a round where like we were picking up the egg fly and then putting it back down and kind of like blocking each other. I mean,
we did more, but it wasn't more choices. They were still very obvious decisions. Like obviously you're gonna put the egg fly down because you don't want me to get the monarch. Like I don't like sure like more happened. It doesn't mean there was more choices though. Okay,
that's fair. So how would you rate it on the 1 pip scale? 1 being not
I would.
You would add to the collection, and 6 being like
I would not add it to the collection.
Okay.
And I might suggest it to someone who really likes very, very simple games. But I would just give it 2 pips. It's not like it wasn't
memorable for you, or like something like...
No, I wouldn't want to play it again, but it's quick enough that I was like, if someone really wanted to play, I was like, yeah, sure, let's play it once. But I don't know.
That's fair enough.
There wasn't enough to it.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for sharing your thoughts on...
You're welcome. Sorry you disagreed with me.
Oh, that's okay. I knew you didn't like it, because you were like, if I beat you again, I'm not playing it ever again. Which I almost beat you, but you still like...
Still beat you. That game might have to find a spot near a leaky pipe somewhere.
What? It's not that bad. It's a nice, non-offensive, easy filler.
It's not offensive.
I
That's true. It's not
thinking
offensive.
About it, that it is so simple, it would be a good introduction for like a child on learning
Yeah.
a card game, or like, because you can keep track of the different sets of, it almost would teach card counting in a really like
Okay, well listen,
beginner
you're not
phase.
card counting because other cards are up. But if you were,
No, but you're keeping track of the sets that are out.
if you took this game to play with kids, then sure, I think it's more legitimately a kid's game. It's better as a kid's game because it does give that card game feeling, but all the information's open, so you can like help the kid without it being like looking at their hand or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rating it as like an adult game. It's not marketed as a kid's game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that is the only time I would consider pulling this out is if I had like a 6 or 7 year old and they want to play a card game. I would teach this to them.
Yeah, because it isn't just like Uno or like old maids or something.
Uno's terrible.
There is
That's not even
more of
Go
a
Fish.
game
It's like,
there. There's more of a game there where like you are collecting the sets, but on top of that, you're
and a kid would really like it because they would
watching what
feel
other-
like they're making decisions.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Daniel and I are gonna agree to disagree slightly.
I agree.
I
I'm
think
correct.
that I agree with what you're saying, but I don't think it's all bad. I think it's kind of a nice, light little game that my mom really liked. I know I'll be playing it with her again.
But your mom doesn't play games.
But that's fine. They want a review of this game. It's nice, and they can share it with someone else who doesn't play games, which is probably half the people they know, right?
I only associate with game players. No, just kidding.
I wasn't really sure what to expect with Fluttering Souls, as it's just another card game. But I have to say the whole layout mechanism where each round starts with a new layout of cards is very nice. Just the repetition of like laying out the cards and the different arrangements was kind of enjoyable in and of itself, but it also adds a nice variety to the card game as you play. This comes off like surprisingly easy and basic, but as you play it, you do realize that egg fly card is pretty tricky, and it does allow for you to do some mean things to your opponent at times. So it just has a nice balance of easy breeziness, but also a little bit of meanness, which I like. I'm gonna give it 4 pips because although it is just a 2-player filler card game, it's a very nice one, and I like it. I like butterflies. I like the layout mechanism where you're laying out new arrangements every round, and I like that egg fly card. Yeah, it's got a lot of nice little nuances to it, so I think it deserves 4 pips. I really enjoyed the artwork, and it had a nice variety of butterflies, and some of them I had never heard of before, which was kind of interesting. I like the set collection mechanism of it, and that it's kind of tricky figuring out what sets you're going to be able to collect, what points are going to be the best for you to win, and how to manipulate the layout with that egg fly card. Thanks so much for watching this little review of Fluttering Souls. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've been online for a little while, I'm going to just take this opportunity to remind you that screen time is not good for your mental health. So if you need a break, here's your opportunity. Go outside and smell the flowers, or maybe do a couple sit-ups next to you, get that blood pumping. It's all for your good, all for your health. All right, I'm done. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. What is happening in our bush? Oh, did you guys see that? Did the squirrel try to eat that freaking man? So that's what that hole is from. Oh, there he is. He's outside the bush now. He's on the...
That's a big squirrel.